Hello everybody, this is Gordon Lamb and I'm coming to you with a very quick Photoshop tip. Now how many times have you been out on location, you're shooting with a 50mm or an 85mm prime lens, you're using the 1.8 or 1.4, maybe even a 1.2 aperture, you're trying to get those nice creamy backgrounds. You think your subject is nice and sharp and you come back, you upload it into Photoshop and you take a little bit closer look and lo and behold you realize, you know what? My images are a little bit fuzzy. Well, there's a filter in Photoshop that will allow you to bring a little bit of that back, and I'm going to show that to you real quick. Now, the first thing to take into consideration here is that I've already used a skin softening filter, and that filter in itself is going to soften your image a little bit. So again, this is a technique that you can use to bring back a little bit of that sharpness. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the layer here that I've softened, and I'm going to duplicate it a couple times. Now I'm going to hold down the Apple key, or if you're on a PC, use the Command key, and I'm going to hit the J key, and I'm going to do that twice. Now, if you're not a quick key fanatic like myself, and I'll delete these here, you can just grab this layer and take it down to the layer icon and duplicate it a couple times. Now I'm going to take this top layer here, and I'm going to come up here to Filter, go down to Other, and I'm going to use High Pass. Now, this Other set here, it's been in Photoshop since I can remember, and I've been using Photoshop since probably about version 2. So it's been around for a long time. So it's nothing you have to buy, it's nothing extra, it's come with Photoshop, it's been a part of it for a very long time. So I'm going to click on High Pass here. And what this does is it makes your layer look like this. Now you see down here you can change the amount, but for our purposes I'm going to leave it at 10. 10 seems to work very well. So I'm going to hit OK. Well, now you've got a layer that looks like this. So now what do I do with this layer? That's the question. What you do is you come up here to your layers and you click on your layer styles here and you change it from normal to overlay. And immediately what you can see if I zoom in here is that the subject is now a little bit crisper than it was before. If I turn this layer off, you can start to see the difference. That's the skin softened layer, and that's the layer with the high pass on top of it. So you can see how it's a little bit sharper. Now you can go ahead and save this as is. Personally, I like to combine the two, which is why I made an extra copy of the layer. So I'll just hold down the Shift key and select both layers, and then I'll hold down Apple or Command and E. And what that does is that combines those two layers. So that's really the technique right there. If I turn this layer off, you can see what we started with. We started with a little bit out of focus, which, you know, if you're going for a soft focus technique, that might be okay. But if you're trying to bring a little bit of sharpness back into it, you can use the high pass method here. It's a little bit sharper. And the nice thing about this is we still have some nice smooth skin, but our subject is now a little bit back more in focus. So again, I'm Gordon Lamb, and this has been my quick Photoshop tip. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it.